start giving out the awards. We got 54. We got 54 to give out.
Thank you, Bob. Thank you for everything you do. We appreciate you. Todd Morris. Promoters, Dale Harden. Revenuers, Tommy Chapman. Charles Phelps. Car Builders, Jay Hancock. Hedgecock.
Know how much he has put into early stock car racing and made a big footprint and a lot of contribution that he's made to stock car racing. Clyde, thank you so much. Tex Powell, car builder. Tex has quite a history of stock car racing. Crew chief of Forward, AJ Forward.
This is a huge honor to be here and to be recognized along with Crump Sr and Hedgecock. And I kind of wonder, not really collectively, how many cars we built together, but how many wrecks we fixed. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Caller, the one and only Will Contract. Come here, Will. Thank you so much, Will. Great.
I really appreciate this. More friends than any one man is entitled to, and man, there's a pile of them here. I appreciate what you all have done for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Will. Big thank you, Motor Stock Car Racing. We're real honored. He's not here, but I'll see if he gets his award. Richard Childress. Now, folks, I remember Richard Childress when he started, had a wild tow truck and a used trailer. He went racing. Him and Tim Brewis and others, and we got people over here who used to work for Richard. We got Chris Chapman, Mike Cook, and others. So we'll see that he gets his award. Now, a guy that goes way back in the day, I'm talking back into the 50s, Frank Hayworth. Now, many of you may not remember that name, but I'm going to tell you something. Come on up here to get his award, please. Now we're getting here to people that dear to my heart, because these are the people that make cars go around the racetrack and never get all the credit they are due. But I call them crew chiefs. And Tim Brewer is not able to be here today. There's a death in the family, so he cannot come. But we're sorry to hear that. But Cliff Chapman. Come on, Cliff. Cliff, I remember you a long time ago working with James Hilton, Richard Childress. Who didn't you work for?
Well, there's been so many of them, and as old I'm getting, I don't know if I can remember them all. I mean, I first started out with my cousin Bill Champion, and then we talked him into letting Ricky Rudd drive the car, and then I went on to work for Hilton, and I was crew chief for Richard Childress, and about everybody through the years, except maybe Richard Petty, something like that. I was crew chief for Cale Yarborough, Benny Parsons, Phil Parsons, Alan Kowicki, you name it, I was pretty much there. But I started out, I went down to Daytona to watch the race with Ricky Rudd's brother, and Bill offered me a job, hired me, and he blew the motor up while we were down there, and when I got back, he said the motor room's right back there. So the first week on the job, I was motor builder, wheel bearing packer, and everything, and that's the way racing was back then, like they were saying. You built the transmissions, you packed the bearings, you built the motors, you did everything. So it well rounds you around, but I want to thank everybody for coming out today in this weather, and thank Bill and this association they have right here.
He's worked for quite a few of our early heroes. And Mike Hill, can you come up, please? Give him a hand, folks. Another great crew chief. Made a big contribution to stock car racing and helped a lot of careers of a lot of drivers in the early days.
Say it's a humbling experience. It's an understatement for me. Stand up here on the stage with people like that, and Will and these guys, it's something else for me. I really appreciate what you guys are doing.
Thank you so much, Mike. You're very deserving. Give him a hand, folks. Guy from Midwest. I think he's been a crew chief for, I believe, Cement Head. Y'all know who Cement Head was? Joe Fasson, okay? He did it with cement like a mixer. I guess we call that. But Skip Pollock, he talked right down like a young man. Wish I could do that.
Wow, this is cool. Thank you very much. A lot of you don't know me, but I love doing this, and I've met so many people here that I haven't seen in 30 years, and as long as they're going to keep doing it, we're going to keep doing it. Thank you.
The one and only, Waddell Wilson. Waddell Wilson. This guy here has done a lot to give the engine builders credit they so deserve. And Waddell, we certainly appreciate the contribution that she's made to early stock car racing. You go back to it, 1962 Ford, the Homer Navy, and that's where your career started. All you knew about was building diesel motors or something like that, and you had a toolbox and applied for jobs, John Homer married you. The rest has been history, right? But here he is, folks, Waddell Wilson.
Thank you, man. What an honor. Thanks for all you do for racing.
I guess I competed against him in the early days. He was very good, and he assured me that he was never cheating. He never cheated. But Danny Crump Sr. Where's Danny Crump Sr.? Here he comes right here. Danny, thank you for the big contribution to stock car racing. Danny, you told me one time you never did cheating. Is that true? Okay.
I said sometimes you lie a lot too.
You heard that, didn't you? Mike, did you hear that? Okay. Thank you, Mike. Thank you very much. The engine builder got a good career. Back in 1969, I believe he won the Grand American Championship keeping up a car that Ken Rush drove. He built engines, he built the car, he done everything, but none other than Dewey Livengood. Dewey, can you come up here, please? Give him a hand. Guy goes way back, way back. And who else?
For a lot of people. I appreciate everybody that helped me all through the years, all the manufacturers and everybody that helped me. And I want to say something now. This is not to do with the racing, but 55 years ago, this beautiful young woman sat right there with the red head. She made me an honest man 55 years ago. Congratulations. Thank you, Bill. Thank you so much. Thank you, Bill, and I appreciate this. It's a great honor. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We honored the revenues here a few minutes ago, and Tommy Chapman, that was not here, even been here up to about 5-10 minutes ago, he had busted over, I think I heard say 900 steers one time up in Brooks County, and he chased a lot of these guys that we're going to talk about here. But we have certain moonshiners that we also honor. I see some young kids here, and I hope that y'all will remember this. Moonshining sort of helped launch stock car racing, right, boys? Right? Now, so we honor them also with our racers. And the first moonshiner that we want to recognize is Donnie Benton from Kentucky. Donnie Benton. Donnie really helped support moonshine and racers and unions. Brought us steel. We was going to make a run, and some guy from the fire department that he was supposed to buy off, took all his plumbing and his propane. So you don't have, and he took your water too. So you don't have to get this guy's propane back to him. Thank you, Donnie. The Claw family, the Tall family distillery up in North Wilkesboro, and Willie Clay Call. Who's here from Willie Clay Call right here?
Thank you, Bill. I appreciate it.
Thank you. I've been to his place. Matt Dillon was playing up there one night. She and I went and had a wonderful time. And it's a first-class distillery, it really is, and we certainly would come back. Can I get in free next time? If we give you a plug, you get in free. Okay. Now, she's the daughter of Mildred Ashley. For those who do not know, Mildred Ashley lived in Wilkesboro, and he hung out with Junior Johnson, a racetrack up there, all the commons and all, and the guy had a lot of knowledge. He was the go-to guy, wasn't he? Youth vet. And I wouldn't doubt he didn't help Bill France a time or two, no? You don't laugh about it, I know. But thank you so much. Your dad was a great man.
Thank you for honoring my dad. We miss him.
Thank you, man. Thank you very much. Give a hand, bud. Come up here, Nancy. Hey,
That's what makes me happy.
thank you.
All right, well, man, what a crowd. And thank you guys for coming out to this thing. We come down here from West Virginia. Bill has treated us like gold forever. And this gun's going to be autographed by him, that's for sure. And if you guys ever get a chance to come up to West Virginia, September 24th, we're having the West Virginia Racing Heritage Festival. Come on up and visit us. Plenty of old dirt cars, I would say. There's the majority of the cars that come up there. And man, I'm telling you, the stories are just immaculate. It's just like you have all experienced here today with seeing everything.
We step right there to the front.
Bill Blair Signature Edition 002 Dixie Lee Series. I'm telling you, I'm happy. I'm like an 18-year-old child right now. Thank you very much.
Special place in my heart for the independents. The independent drivers back in the day when Mike Hill and Cliff Chapman used to work for these guys and help them. Dewey Lively good. We were mainly living with the independents back in those days, helping. But one of my favorite guys and real good racer and one of my heroes was no other than Walter Ballard.
Dad, I want to say you've been my hero all my life. I couldn't have done anything that I've done without your guidance and help and love for me, and I love you. To the world. I love you. You're amazing. You're amazing. What I'm doing up here. Anyway, Bill called me, had me come up here and get involved in all this, and I appreciate it very much. I forgot about all this stuff. After raising several kids, and you say I got a couple of them here, and some of them down here, ain't much left of them. Well, thanks anyway, Bill.
Thank you. Another one of my heroes used to come from Martinsville, Dogwood 400, 500, and come on down to Caraway and show these boys down south how to get it done. None other than the great Jerry Cook. Great modified driver, one of the best ever. Thanks, Jerry, for coming down and being a part of this. Jerry?
Well, when we lived up north, we'd leave up there anytime to get out of the winter and come south. But as far as Martinsville goes, I liked it and it liked me. Because them clocks ding and dong in my house every day. But we had a lot of good luck at a lot of the other places. Caraway, Mulgray Stadium, Boston. I think we ran just about everywhere. So, but we always did good and it was a lot of fun. Thank you again very much. It's fun to be here.
Thank you, Jerry. My hero card in hand. For anyone that does not remember Neil Sophie Castle, now Dean Combs also was a driver. We're going to recognize him, and his two sons were to race today, I believe it, 11. So he was not able to be here. But one that, I know he was the national go-kart champion at one time as a hell of a driver, Bill Combs. Bill, this SWAT series was racing every day, won the championships and everything.
Well, I did have a lot of success in go-kart racing, but you know, go-kart racing is something that if you look at NASCAR racing, there's so many people. And Cliff was talking about Ricky Rudd a minute ago. And he got his start in go-kart racing, and Ballard, Ronnie, you know, he can go down the list with just about late speed. You know, there's so many of these guys that started in karting that they still on to different levels, but that would be good to you. But the neatest thing about this today to me is the fact that last year I was standing here accepting this award for my dad. And my dad was born and raised here in Mount Airy. And even though I live in Shelby, North Carolina, Mount Airy's always had a big place in my heart. And to get to come up here and be part of this, and this is a great event. But there's one thing that everybody's been up here and haven't said that I want to say. Is I think everybody in here should put their hands together and give this man right here a big round of applause, because if it wasn't for Bill Blair, none of us would be here today.
Keith Huffman is here. He's from Wilson. He's going to accept awards for Mrs. Terry Parson, widow of Benny Parson, and also, you got both awards here, Terry and Benny. They played a big part in growing our stock car racing history. This guy's accepted the award for. You tell Terry to get well quick, okay?
I sure will, and on behalf of Terry Parson, accepting these awards for him. And what do y'all think about the North Wilkesboro Speedway?
Terry is always on the get-go. She texted me this morning at about a little after 4 o'clock when she was. And of course, she saw my cell phone last night, a little flip phone, so I handed it to the wife. She said, it's Terry. Thank you so much. Tell her we love her. Don Wells. Okay. Well, Bill Gray does, right? Don Wells, what's your relation?
I know Bill for a long time. I ended up buying one of his cars purely by accident. I'm going to give you a book that he just wrote about Mr. Greco. Hope you enjoy it. Mr. Greco was a pretty neat guy. He was 50th top NASCAR driver in New England. And to me, that's an honor to see this guy be a part of Mount Airy. I thank you all for letting me come down very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Lloyd Gilbert. I remember this name from a long time ago. A long time ago. Anybody ever heard of and remember Seagull Haddock? Right? He made a name for himself, and his part of his family's here, son's here, and Seagull Haddock, that's what they call it. He always had a cigar in his mouth, didn't he? Didn't he, Price? Yeah, his son's coming up to receive his award, but in his area he was the king. Cecil Gordon, that used to be one of our leading independents, he's still here. Mr. Ponder. You're Ponder. Come on up here for a moment. This is Cecil Gordon Field. You know, he was our favorite here they too.
Everybody likes
me.
Last score.
Right here used to race with Cecil and Childress used to race with. Who did race with Cecil Gordon? Who didn't work for Cecil Gordon? I kid over there. Yeah. All these guys.
It was an education. You paid to get now, so those 3-4 years I worked with him.
He always had a smile on his face, didn't he? We'll never forget Cecil Gordon and the people who used to work for Cecil. And Bill, thank you so much.
I'll give this to his brother.
All right. I believe this family's here. Down our way around Caraway, everybody remembers Rusty Hart. And I know his family's here. I had help. Go ahead, guys. And here they are, folks, the Rusty Hart family, and people down around Caraway remember Rusty Hart. Thank y'all so much, and I'm going to speak to you in just a minute. There's also a guy named Rapid Roy. Where's Rapid Roy at? There he comes. Okay. Dale, thank you so much. I know that, is it Ronnie Langley here? Everybody remembers Elmo Langley, right? Elmo Langley. Where are you at, man? Come back here, man. Thank you so much.
Say, let's give these people a hand to put this festival and this Walk of Fame on. They deserve it. There's a NASCAR Hall of Fame in downtown Charlotte, and I'm not down in it one bit. This means more to me than that NASCAR downtown will ever mean. But these are the true pioneers. These are the people I grew up with, my dad raced with, and it means more to me than anything. Thank y'all.
Oh, you are, right. James Hilton. Herbie, right?
Yes, sir. James.
This is, you were crew chief for a while. Well, he would have said James Hilton. James Harvey Hilton. What did you call him, Harvey or James?
I called him James back then, but he's the one that gave me the nickname of Rookie.
Okay.
I was around for years, and Dick Beatty, till the day he was gone and I left, and he called me Rookie till that day.
Is there any of the family left?
His wife couldn't make it today, Evelyn, she couldn't make it today, and asked me to accept this on his behalf, right there. One thing I'd like to say about James is he is just like all the other great independents, the Cecil Gordons and Travis Tiller, sitting over there, all these, Elmo Langley, all those guys, they helped each other out and they're in it for each other. It meant a lot. I know James was my mentor. He was the second one after I worked for Bill Champion, got into racing. I went to work for James, and he taught me how to make cars finish races and how to do. We finished third in the points with just a couple of guys running out of the little garage right there. James worked for him, and Kurt Shelmerdine, which went on to be a big-time crew chief. We lived in a trailer beside the shop, in a 20-foot trailer. He lived in one end, and I lived in the other. And I told him he was paying us $185 a week, bringing home $85. We got off early one night at 10 o'clock. Thought we'd go to town, and the town was closed down. They shut down at 10 o'clock, so come back home. But James, he did more. Well, I can't say that, not more, but he did it like that, just like all these other independents. They didn't have much. Wendell Scott and all these guys. And our history belongs to those guys. Thank you.
Also the great Sterling Marlin. And I believe Dave Ham he's a friend of theirs, very close friend. He will see that they get the rewards. And be sure to tell him, David, that we love him and miss him. Hope one day that he can attend.
So if y'all don't know, Sterling Marlin filled in for his dad one evening or one Sunday. His dad had been out to a bar down in Charlotte, Cuckoo, and got maybe a little overserved. So Sterling stepped in for him on Sunday and ended up finishing ninth in the World 600. But I talked to Sterling a couple weeks ago, told him about this. So he just said he couldn't be here, but he wanted to say thank y'all very much for this. And thank you to Mr. Bill Blair, of course, for all that you do for this. And so I invited him up to come on my show, coming up probably in a couple of weeks. And I said, you come hang out in my shop with me. He said, there are going to be some dancing girls here. I said, what? There are going to be some dancing girls. I said, you mean some dancing girls in my shop? He said, yeah, dancing girls. I was like, yeah, sure, man. Come on up. We'll hang out. Have some dancing girls. You got to know Sterling and his accent. He's a trip. All right, well, thank y'all very much. I'll make sure this gets done.
Good day. And your wonderful wife, Tracy, for bringing us. And I know that some of that family is here. I talked about this a little bit ago. J.D. McDuffie's family, there she comes. Number 70, that blue gold top.
Thank you so much. It's an honor to be here and to accept this on my dad's behalf. This is one of the things that I've always wanted for him, is to never be forgotten, and this is icing on the cake. Thank you so much.
I heard of a guy down around Caraway, Archdale, somewhere down below High Point that won 8 late model championships. That's quite a feat, isn't it? I don't think I ever raced against him, but he never won that many. What do you think? But anyway, I'm just kidding. This guy, he loves early stock car racing and the people involved in it. Big supporter of stock car racing, the way it used to be. And his son has made quite a name for himself. He's a real wheel man, and he can get it done too, and it's going to make a name for himself. But none other than the great Herbie Poole.
I'm driver of the Hillbilly Racing Smart Modified Tour number 79, one of the drivers currently, and run late model stocks my whole career, and just got into the modifieds this year with Hillbilly Racing, actually right out of Mount Airy here. But I got a funny story. My dad was looking on the internet and seen one of those racing jackets that Bill has on, and he said, I sure would like to have one of those. And it's been killing me all week to let him know that I already had one ordered for him. So I just wanted to present my dad with this award and this jacket as well, and he's very well deserving and taught me everything I know. And he was a very aggressive race car driver, which I probably shouldn't have learned that part of it, because I've been in a lot of trouble here lately. But I just wanted to tell you I'm my hero, my dad, and I appreciate you doing everything you do for me, and this is truly an honor to give this to you. But I was trying to keep it a secret from you, but I had to let you know, had to give it to you. Thank y'all.
Thank you very much. Point A to point B. They couldn't nobody ever lived a better life than I did, even though I still had nothing. I did have the lever. It gets in your blood, and anybody tells you don't, tells you a lie. Just like the old guy says, you know the difference between an alcoholic and a racer. And he said no. He said an alcoholic can get hell. I don't feel like I deserve this award. There were a lot of people here before me, in my opinion, or be on that wall before I did. The committee decided to put me on that wall, and I've come before it. But, you know, I just can't compare to some of these guys, and I don't expect to, don't ever expect to. I never thought I was doing anything my whole race career. I was too busy having fun. Anyway, I just want to thank y'all for coming out here. You made a super success out of this place, and it's getting bigger every year. Credit goes to these two men right here and Sheila. But they deserve the big award because they make it happen. But I want to thank you very much.
But I met him some years ago, and he's a big help to early days stock car racing. He comes and helps us up here. People love him, and we love him. We really love his wife. She's a lot prettier than he is. But Mikey Powell. Come here, Mike. Pop up here, Mike.
In America, where the automobile and the competition automobile is so woven into our society, it's such an honor to grow up with the men that I raced with, changed the tire for, built cars, etc. Those men and their transfer of culture and craftsmanship in life, it means the world to me to have got to do that. It means the world to me and my family to be honored here today with those great folks. My father, the same day. It's pretty big. I really appreciate Bill and Sheila and what they do to preserve automobile competition history. History is very, very fragile, I think, in every dimension. Again, it's an honor to be recognized, and I'm really teary-eyed. In 1968, I was 8 years old, and I watched a great man win a track championship, at Myers Speedway in Houston, Texas. That being Walter Ballard here in his green number 5 super modified. To be here alive today with him and all these great folks, it really choked a guy up like me.
Paul Walton from Hawthorne, North Carolina. I think his daughter's here. Over here. There you go. Come here. Thank you, man. And we remember Paul Walton. He'll be on shrine down here for Wall of Fame forever. I'll tell you something. We got a guy here that's won over 200 dirt races. That's 200. That's at least 2 a year race. No, that's a lot of races. But he was good. He was the man to beat on dirt. There was another guy in his area, and I can't remember that guy's name, but I knew Ricky Weeks and the Longhorn chassis was never hard to ever beat. Ricky Weeks. Where's Ricky Weeks at? Cliff Chapman and Mike Hill. That's the kind of guy you want to drive your race car right here. One of our great historians is here, Dargan Watts. Dargan Watts. Where is Dargan Watts? Dargan Watts, put him up here. Tommy Chapman. This is the guy that everybody disliked up at Wilkes County, that hated him. He's lucky to be alive. He caught all the moonshiners just about, except Willie Clay and Dean. He didn't catch Dean Combs one, did he? Anybody, you still like? Can you think you can get up here? I'm not going to give you the mic. I don't listen to you yesterday. But we realized that you had a little bit of an impact on stock car racing, right? A little. You heard that? A little bit. But I guess his real niche in life is entertaining. You should have stuck to it. I know it. You can't drive me.
You're right. You got that right.
No.
Give me some money.
No, there's no money involved. You didn't spend nobody out tonight, so you don't get paid. But, Mike, you got to say anything about this? Hey, Ronnie. We love you. We love your daddy even more. Your daddy made a name for himself, and you know you hung in there too, and you did very well for what you had, independent. You did win the 1978 Rookie of the Year. That's quite an accomplishment. Give him a hand for that, though. Yeah. And he gives his cars, meets, claims. He goes around supporting early day stock car racing events such as this, Daytona Beach, and different places. And people like that, Ronnie. You know, it's great that you can do that. And once in a while you help support them monetarily, which we appreciate too. But you're a great guy. You got still a lot of fans, a lot of followers on Facebook. I'd spend about 30 minutes talking about it, but don't believe a thing I say from here on out. But we love you.
I appreciate it. Appreciate everybody coming out. Say what you want to about Bill Blair. And if it hadn't been for him, this stuff would never happen. And just think it's great what he's doing for, you know, it's great that you got the big names get noticed. They deserve it. But one for people like Bill Blair, all us little fellas and ladies and all that contributed and did the best we could. One for him, Sheila, we wouldn't be up here, we wouldn't be recognized. So I appreciate all of y'all coming. I appreciate this bill. And we appreciate, I'm sure all of us appreciate you all doing this.
Well, thank you, Ronnie. We love you, buddy. Thank you. We really greatly appreciate all of you coming out in this weather and making this happen for us. Hope next year that it's a prettier weekend. And we do have plans to do some different things next year that I think will enhance the program that y'all will appreciate and enjoy. So we'll be letting you know in the future what we all want to do. But thank all of you here, Mr. Phil Combs, my wife Sheila, his wife Katie, Gil, Old Hyatt, just a great group of guys. And finally, right here in the city of Mount Airy, Downtown Business Association support this. So thank them too. But thank y'all. Thank you very much. And